and look deep down inside, and soon you will find a pretty soul that needs more shine. My world has...
Oh my god! The update hasn't come. No Source 2 just yet, folks. So instead, we're going to get going with Source 1. Evil Geniuses and Strife starting on Ancient. We didn't even talk about the veto, John. We were so excited about the potential of an update. What is the veto, John? What do we got?
Well, first up, we've got Ancient. As you guys can see, this one's picked up by Strife, and it's a punish pick because Evil Geniuses don't really play it at all. They have to ban Anubis. They can't ban 2 maps, so there's always a punish pick available, and Strife decided to go for it. Second map will be Inferno, picked by EG, and if we need it, map number 3 is going to be Vertigo, which is good for both teams. Actually not a bad veto for Strife.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Pressure on towards A. They've actually got a player through to the temple. I can't have expected this. But it's going to draw rotation, and this is working out exactly as planned. Stamina with the 1 kill and towards Donut really sells this fake. And, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. They realize their mistake, but now they're going to be in tough position. Joel's in the backline, and they know it. It's going to make them uncomfortable into the retake, so instead they'll press forward into the breach and waste no time about it. They've actually got a player working through the window as well. That might not be expected. Rush, 2 quick kills. Needed those. Finds them. Now it's all on to Joel. Flank doesn't work so much if there's not so anything up front. They're sticking that defuse. Junior will get the last laugh, and that is a very snappy retake out from the Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, dualies continue to be strong in the current meta on pistol rounds. 4 of the 5 kills coming from them, from George and Rush. And yeah, that's a fantastic retake after it looked like Strife had a pretty decent control of that B site. Great movement by EG, closed the gap, and Strife just couldn't really do anything. The thing is, they did get that bomb plant, which means some rifles will come into play into this round. Not as many as usual. They want to get that utility instead, but it's still going to be a Galil AK as rifles, and then you have a Tech 9 and 2 Deagles available as well. Look at this util usage by EG towards mid. Nades and Molotovs sailing on forward. They wanted to get control quickly. But unbeknownst to them, a little bit wasted because Strife's going towards that B site, and there's Infinite finding the opener onto Hexed.
It's heavy pressure now applied in the force buy round. Oh, losing Hexed early. Would be a little adjustment, presumably working him back into the team. But definitely not what you want to have happen 10 seconds into your round. Trade back the other way. Uh-oh, Stamina is the big gun in this moment. Back off. Smoke's going to go down. Rush will control the cave position, at least for now. And it doesn't seem like Strife are too eager to move behind this first smoke they've thrown. Problem is, it's also the last smoke they'll have. And now Infinite, it's the last smoke he'll see in this round. A little bit shaky. Snake's going to try and retrieve his comrade's rifle. See if he can't do a bit better with it. Eris. Oh, no one's watching in towards mid. George caught completely with his pants down. Joel gets a kill elsewhere. That's going to sell this further. And now they got control to rotate. What? This is a disaster. It's falling apart in the blink of an eye. They allowed Eris up way too far. And Walker will at least get the kill that allows him the opportunity to think about a retake here. Scout on the angle. 2 rifles to deal with. This is a real tough ask.
Yeah, he got tagged now, and Joel should be able to finish him. No, Walco actually gets that frag, so still a chance for him to clutch this out. 28 HP, Stamina's on notice, but Snake supports him and gets the final frag. So Strife recover, thanks to the bomb plant in round number 1. They get the rifles, and that is the difference maker in that round. Also, a little bit of odd spacing from EG, right? Because Strife managed to slip through mid, and that was Eris who, well, I mean, he dealt the killing blow. There's no question with that Deagle going into red room.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to think about that mid-control.
Which they had early in the round. They just didn't realize no one was watching anymore.
They gave it up. They didn't have the spacing. They didn't have the responsibility. And it cost them. Ancient is one of those maps where mid-presence is relatively easy to exert if you have numbers as the CT, but if you give it up for any reason, really punish you. B-main control going to be the ticket here for Strife early on. And they're just holding in a bit of a default. They know it's a lesser buy on the other side. They know there's money pressures on here. So they want to see if EG's got a look for them that they can read and react to before they start to make their own moves.
Like the last time these two teams met was in the Flom Cup exactly 2 months ago, and Strife took that 2-0 as Rush going to get the headshot onto Infinite to open up the fragging here into this round. But yeah, that one was Junior's first BO3, I believe, or second BO3 with the squad, and they were still adjusting to him in their roster. So it's a little rough, to be honest, but now he's really slotted in nicely.
EG.RUSH once again finds the space in towards mid. This has been allowed. This time he's worked his way as well. Hack's going to be deleted, and now, again, they know the middle of this map is suspect. The ball can actually be caught here by Window. Ooh, but Stamina cleans up 2 big kills. And with that, the danger's out of this round. Stamina will make his way over towards a free A site. And we're already seeing some of the concerns for EG on this map, right? This mid control late into rounds, not early into rounds, but late into rounds. They're leaving a lot of vacancy and getting caught on the rotates through. And EG.RUSH has now exploited this 2 different rounds. That's, look, it was the last survive. We weren't expecting much from it, but anytime you wind up in a 5v4, you want to see a little bit more out of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt, and we obviously expected this to be a rough go for EG Black. They've played Ancient a grand total of 1 time over the last 6 months. It was a win against MIVR 16-14, but that's, yeah, they don't play here. Period. Strife going to take that 2-1 lead, and because it was a 4-spy in that round for EG, not much going to be invested into this one, likely nothing, except for Junior's saved scout, which was bought the previous round.
John, more stuff continues to be added to the Steam database.
Oh, really?
What are they doing to us? What are they doing to us? Valve, free me from this flesh prison.
It's going to be like an 11 o'clock Eastern update or something.
Give it or don't.
Oh, EG.RUSH. Could he get caught out this time? He's kind of freewheeled up mid several times, and yeah, he finds Wacko being a little sneaky. Just
that smoke was too weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was their smoke that they threw. It was a T-side smoke. And I like the idea from Walker to play in it. It's a low percentage round. It's a USP round. You need something cheeky to work out. But EG.RUSH is looking at this and he's going, that's not where I really wanted that to go. It's a lurk smoke to give you a little bit more distance in towards mid, but he just had the right read. He had the right inkling. Gets it. Very methodical in this clear. Junior is realistically the one threat into the round. So you can do anything with the scout here from the back of Catacomb. Tag on a Joel's. Joel's dropped. Okay, at least some damage. Another tag. We know Junior's risky with that scope. Dangerous man to go toe-to-toe with. But now the bomb's crossed. Should be going down. There's no more reason to peek into the angle that he's holding. So unless they want to do something really dynamic here, there really shouldn't be much more chance for EG to have impact into the round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just going to hold for exits at this point. Junior probably doesn't want to throw away the scout. Everyone else can kind of hunt. Rush just spent $300 into this round on the P250, so that's not too much of an investment. And yeah, they don't want to go for this one. EG.RUSH flubbed the flashbang, so maybe that'll push Hex out a little bit. He does try to take the fight, and he finds the frag. That's expensive for EG.RUSH. The thing is, Hex and Rush do go down handily afterwards, and only Junior will save the scout. But that was the only thing they brought into the round, so not too shabby for Inner Geniuses. It could have gotten more costly, and it does! Snakes and Stamina don't get far away enough from the bomb, and they go down for the count. Won't be that big of a deal, but still, it's money that needs to be reinvested.
Still just keeping up on the information after that round.
So
many people are trying to get information out of SteamDB that it's now acting as if it's under DDoS attack, which is hilarious.
I don't even watch it. I just wait. I watch the Steam status site to see if SES goes down. That's my only indicator.
Yeah.
It's reliable, honestly.
I'm refreshing the blog.
Yeah.
Hex. Oh, here's the swing.
Nice
this is the Hex play. Only going to get one, though, on it, and it's actually going to cost him quite a bit. Rush. Now realizing there's a player outside a cave. Commits into the angle as well, and A 1-for-2 conversion there is not exactly an appetizing prospect. So far, these aggressive attempts have been a bit of fits and starts. Stamina possible. Look in! That's a bold peek, and it works out. So much pressure now for EG. Wherever Strife want to go, they're going to have a light sight.
Yeah, this is all Strife. Now Walco goes down for the count. George manages to get one. That's the bomb in his feet. Has a smoke and a flash. He's going to toss out immediately, and he gains control of the bomb. Also upgrades on the ground in terms of rifles. He's probably aware of that. Wants to stick with the FAMAS for now because doesn't know who might come through that smoke and when. George is very much capable of clutches in the situation. He believes in the FAMAS. Does not want to exchange it for a good old reliable AK-47. George sees the Molotov throw. I think Snakes has him here, Mike.
Should do. Does indeed. Cleans it up. This is his teammate beforehand, but at this point, with the cash starting to flow, I don't think economics is that much of a concern. They just want to keep building these rounds as much as possible.
Yeah.
Strife already on to 4. It's looking good here on Ancient. It's going to be another eco for EG. I mean, that round they try something a little bit more dynamic, but what they try is aggression that gets checked pretty handily from the Strife side. So far, this has been an impressive T side coming through from Strife, and we need to see a few more arrows out of the quiver of EG.
Yeah, I think this is probably the worst map to see Hex reintroduction to the roster because, like I said, it's a map that EG just doesn't play. So, yeah.
They've been permaing it for ages.
They decided to go for Anubis today, though.
They just don't like new things.
I guess.
Walco, you're young. You're supposed to like the new thing. Don't be an old curmudgeon, man. You got years to do that later on. Alright, kill on the George. Opens up the A site. And this one's looking like a clean sweep. Barring Junior getting weird with it. Gets weird with it, but not weird enough. So, we go to another round.
Yeah. The only thing that maybe can impact Evil Geniuses, and perhaps Walco in particular, is Stanislaus a really strong voice. Not necessarily, sometimes it's not, doesn't come through in the fragging, but his voice is powerful. He has a lot of good ideas, you know, in terms of the mid-rounding, and Walco said he appreciated having that. But now it's no longer there, and I don't know if Hex is as much of a player to speak up that much. I think he's mostly doing the fragging, right? So, we'll see how much of an impact that has. Again, Ancient is not a good thermometer here to gauge how Evil Geniuses are going to play with Hex in the lineup, but still, you know, so far it looks a little rough.
What is going on here at the Beast Mode? Nothing.
Oh no. Yeah.
But it looked interesting for a moment, but nothing. Oh, Rush. Trying to make the full play, trying to make the window peak. They're wise to his particular antics. It cost him a lot of health still. For once, EG is going to be able to maintain some control towards mid. My question is, how long do they stick around in it? Because what we've seen that's really cost them is the late lurks. This time, Junior seems to be posted up. He's going to retain his presence here in mid. That could be a good find for them because now Strife starts to make their moves. So we've seen round after round. They wait a certain amount, and then they start to see what kind of space they're going to get. Are they expecting to meet the op this time around?
We do need to see Junior's op connect, Mike. He is one of the most critical players on the EG side, especially when he gets opening frags. He's unbelievable. He wins 94.1% of the rounds where he has an opening frag, Mike, and that makes it a 5v4. That's what I mean by opening frag. And 21.2% of the rounds won by EG are when Junior gets an opener. All right, Junior's going to get that frag onto Eris, so there it is. And then Rush finds one afterwards, 5v3.
Oh, all right, Jules. Okay. All right, trying to dig back out the round that EG finally gave themselves an advantage in. And it does so effectively. Bombs now down. This is a tough retake. They don't have a lot of utility, John. Even with the man advantage, this one's going to be brutal. They don't have any utility now.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be really tough to get past the choke points. They got this player in towards mid. That's Walco. He's got a kit. There's another one in towards Catacombs, so it shouldn't be a catastrophe if Walco goes down here. That's going to be the fight. Joel's takes the initiative. Requires a reload. Oh, they pulled off the angle. That might open up something. Dynamic duo here, but Hex had to connect onto that. Now Walco, he's running out of time, and he knows it. And Joel's is able to put him down with a P250. 4K for the man. Joel's in control of A, and the round that finally looked at might be breaking EG's way, well, it immediately goes by the wayside.
Third 4K on the season for Joel's and his 15th 3-kill plus round. Unbelievable stuff. But Mike, believe it or not, that's only the third time out of Junior's last 35 opening frags that they've lost a round when he's got the opening frag. So that is pretty wild. But it looked good. It looked good for a moment, but what cost them is what you mentioned. Utility. None left for the retake, and that makes it a lot tougher to get back on the site, especially bomb site A on Ancient. So Strife still managed to pull things together to get a 6, and Mike, their money's already pretty strong, especially for a T side, so they don't have to worry at all about losing bodies or anything. Not to mention EG are back onto pistols here, 3 Deagles and 2 5.7s. Now, you might be looking at it and saying, wow, Strife, 6 rounds on T side. Ancient, yeah, maybe a while ago, but since that update, I think the T side has really gotten enough of an edge here on Ancient that it's more balanced than it has been before.
Yeah, not like this. Not like this,
Okay,
though.
well, Mike, come on.
They're bullying EG, John. They're bullying them.
Yeah, they are. But at the same
appreciate
time, yeah, there you go.
It's a little bit more recoverable for EG. And to be fair, John, we saw this last week in their competition, the previous weeks as well. For whatever reason, this EG roster has been really slow to warm up into games.
Yes, that is very true. Although on Ancient, I would say that it's even more troubling for them because they just don't play the map.
Yeah, I mean, we're not expecting much. But to be fair, we'll say this. On other maps, it hasn't been unusual to see them go down 7, 8 rounds and then suddenly string together 6 in a row out of nowhere when you think they're just completely battered.
They did it every single map against Nouns, so yeah.
And they do look completely battered here. So if there were a time to pull the old Uno reverse switcheroo, this would be it. It won't be this round.
Well,
it won't be this round. I'm confident. I'm calling my shot.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, okay.
No,
Rush gets a nice headshot.
Good shot, though, for Rush. No time.
There's no kit.
No kit, no time. No possibility. Not today.
Got an AK.
Yeah, no, it's a nice find out of this round. Get out of there. Get a gun into the neck. Hex is going to try and do a little bit of damage. Can't threaten the round, but he's going to get one more shot in. Extra $300. A rifle taken away from the other side. Something, at least.
Alrighty. Evil Geniuses at least get an AK. 7-1 in favor of Strife, who are looking quite good. And the thing about Strife is, I think that against the upper echelon of competition at ECL, they tend to be very, very inconsistent, and we've seen it in their up and down performances. As I also mentioned, just losing to Nouns 0-2. They've been more competitive against Nouns in the past, but that time just didn't go well at all. But right here, there's the opener again. Stamina, the IGL. He is leading the charge with 8 frags, tied with Joel's, but still, he is doing great work and, of course, continuing to give his team those edges with op opening frags.
It's been interesting to see him as an opera in this roster.
It's working.
It is. It just feels like he's worn so many different hats and so many different rosters.
Mm-hmm.
And opping is a new evolution. True gamer. Look at the flat timing on this flash peek. Oh my god, they're all lined up. Infinite. Oh, he opens his jaws wide and devours them like Cronus eating his children.
Jesus.
Woo! George gonna catch the next, at least, to give this team a little bit of impact in this round, but he's being overwhelmed. He's pressured on towards the site. He's pressured on towards the smoke. Body's at low, so George could make this happen. He's gonna get the first for more. Takes Snakes down. Oh, this could be the round. This could be a George round. Nade finds Snakes. He's playing this to perfection. Dancing around the smoke, giving him just a little bit of cover, and he takes out one more. Stamina on 2 HP, and George pulls off the ace. Take that, Cronus. Zeus has arisen.
Wow, George. I mean, he's had a lot of 4Ks a season, 4 to be precise, 19 3-kill plus rounds, but no aces. You just saw George's first ace of the season in the last match of the season for Evil Geniuses. So very nicely done on his part, and he's always been a shining star for this team. There's no question about it. I mean, he was only 2 frags behind Walco, who was the top fragger on the squad over 13 maps. 245 frags for George and 247 for Walco, but George is just so very incredible for this EG squad, and at times they needed him. You recall in that Nouns match, he was the one kind of lighting that spark, lighting the flame under the feet of the Evil Geniuses to get them going again. And right there, I mean, what better than an ace in a round that looked like it was going to be completely dominated by Strife?
All right, Aris. This dude has been feasting in mid. This dude has been a menace in mid. He needs really some kind of an answer to it. He's a little ahead of schedule this time as well. Still a minute on the clock, and he's in the red room. So this opens up a ton of doubt for EG. They're going to play buddy system towards site, but I mean, even look at this, right? Junior's looking back this way. Hext is looking back this way. They have to devote so much attention to the possibility of the mid push. It's going to open up a lot of options in towards B if Junior's looking the wrong way at the wrong time. There's only 2 flashes and a smoke left. No Molotovs. Nothing to slow this down if the take does come through. Re-smoke up onto ramp. That does slow things down a bit. They're going. 25 seconds. They're making this move. They're coming on in. Eris has worked his way in towards mid. He's going to slow down the rotations at the very least. This is going to pull focus. Rush one and done is not enough. Junior, though, quick shot and the second as well, has just secured the round. Had to be perfect in that position. He gave himself no room, no margin for error, and John, he didn't need any.
No, absolutely not. And that's the Junior we know and love here on this EG roster. The one that in only 10 maps played has 213 frags and a plus 87 kill to death differential, along with a KDR of 1.69. Not to mention, he's the ADR leader at 78.3. Sure, it's not a crazy high ADR, but it's enough to lead the squad. So as an opper, you can't really ask for much more. One stat I want to highlight for Stamina is we saw him a round ago with a ridiculous flashbang that got 2 assists. He actually has a 0.21, or I should say 0.21 flash assists per round. Like, that is a very nutty stat. As George is going to get the opener and then traded up by Joel's immediately. But yeah, usually it's around 0.08 flash assists per round. That's the average, I would say. 0.21 is wow.
Bonkers. Great kill, trading in towards mid. Promise it takes the off out of play. That makes it look a lot better. And oh my goodness, Eris. Again, this time in towards Donut as opposed to straight through to the red room. Just a menace. He's not top of the board, but I would say Eris has actually been the most impactful player on either side so far this map, just with the absolute menacing threat that is his mid play. Flashbangs in, Junior forced into a corner. No one puts Junior in a corner except Joel's. 1 HP, don't matter. 3K for the man, and this round has got to be done. Hex has to save. He knows it. I know it. You know it.
I don't know if he knows it.
Does he know it? Is he going for the clutch? I mean, they need rounds. Just their money is... that's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, I mean, the loss bonus is still decent, so...
Playing for exits. I mean, if he gets exits, they're actually impactful here. Somehow the Strife economy is whittled down. These rounds have been too expensive, and he could maybe find something.
Yeah.
Does have a smoke and a kid? Is he going to try the ninja? Oh, too late. Too late. Too late. Kill found. There you go. Got your damage. Took out Joel's. Under bail.
And Hex grabbed an op, Snakes grabbed an op, so both teams have the big green up and running into the next round. But the important part for Strife is that they do get an 8th and secure. Oh no!
Hex! No big green for you.
No op.
No op.
That's actually a really big difference maker here in the round. It would have given Junior a gun, and then they could have bought up around it. Instead, now they have to justify or try to justify a buy-up. Oh,
pure
goodness.
impact, John. Again.
Agreed. I agree. The fact of the matter is they're giving him the space, and man, oh man, is he abusing it.
It's one of those things that can be tougher to define on their statistics that reflect it. But golly, Eris with the impact right now. Every one of his kills feels like it swings the momentum of a moment.
It's a half buy, or not even, just a pistol upgrade buy up, as opposed to what could have been a full buy, or at least a force buy.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Jeorge could get caught here.
Yeah, maybe.
Looking the right way at the right time. The window peek. Ah, they're backing off the window peek. Come on, guys. Now you've thrown a smoke. Now he knows. This is the only way you win in this round. It's the only way you win. Kill Jeorge. He's the key piece.
He's got support and Eris coming up soon.
Moment seems to have been missed. They're not even going to pressure Jeorge. They had no idea he was here at any point. No one went up to check the window. So bomb's going to go down. Now Jeorge will presumably get activated, hearing nothing over towards B. And as he just comes back in towards mid, he should be able to catch. I don't even know what he's doing at this point. He's still chilling.
I think he's just waiting for rotations or expecting someone to come from the B site, right?
Maybe thought it was going to be a save. Ah, he finally gets his impact. He gets his kill. I mean, there's nothing really much here, so they might just try and pressure on towards Jeorge and see if they can't steal that gun away. But we're getting very late in the half to be thinking about saving one rifle.
Yeah. I mean, even Jeorge is ready for it. He backs off here. There's not much EG can get out of this round. Strife build up their economy a little bit more, likely having all 5 players survive. And I don't know if we're going to see that heroic recovery from EG on this map. 9-3 in favor of Strife. 3 rounds remaining in this half, and Infinite does go down to the bomb, so that's one gun that needs to be bought up again. It doesn't matter. Their economy's fine. So another chance for EG to make some noise, but I mean, they're very much running out of time and rounds here in this first half to get something of meaning on the board. 3 rounds just isn't enough. Nice util, and Walco gets one off of it. Then the second. Jeorge doing a good job with those flashbangs. The response from Eris, but not enough as he goes down after getting only 1, and a 4v2 materializes. There's some nice aggression from EG towards mid. They shut down the push from Strife and leave Stamina on life support with Snakes to support him.
I love to see it. I love to see it. This has been a position for strength. This has been a problem for you. Strife has abused you in towards mid, so you throw the resources at the mid fight. You get in there. You try and hit them first, and you succeed. Yeah. And now, Strife are left reeling in this round, but I say left reeling. There's still a lot of options for them. B's been left sparse. A bomb plant is a very realistic prospect here. Rush is the only utility on the map. He's in A main, so useless right now. Maybe able to help with a retake should that come to bear. Getting this quiet. Like, and Hex isn't even spotting anybody on this. Did he spot a pixel? Now they know. That drops the bomb. They get confirmation. And Junior will just go in for the sweep up. Okay, that's the rounds the way they were supposed to be looking. But for EG, is this too little too late, John?
I don't necessarily think it is. If they can win out this half, then keep Strife below double digits. That is a very good recovery. And it's so weird. All 4 of the rounds that EG's won have been super convincing. It's like they look like they're about to make their resurgence. Then Strife just comes back and nails them into the ground once more. So we'll see if we get that response from Strife again here. They do have a little bit of a limited buy-up, Infinite, on a P250, but everyone else has the AKs. Last time the util was solid from EG. And Walker did a lot of work. Hex actually going to have to back off here. It looks like Strife should get this site for free.
Read it. Hello? Infinite. Gonna get one with the P250, but now this is getting spicy. That's a big kill for Eris. And, well, now you're gonna need a few more of those. The bomb's ticking away at the very least. But Stamina, he's got nothing but his gun to defend this with. It was supposed to be the insurance policy, but against 3 with this much time left, that's a tough ask. Molotov burning. It's the low HP player on the defuse, but Kit on and Junior on the angle means there's no way you're touching his teammate. 5 rounds on. 1 more in the half. A recovery. A classic EG, a late build into a half. seems to be underway here, John.
Yeah, no question. And I mean, that was a little clunky from Joel's, I would say, with the AK. Infinite, understand, only has the P250, but Joel should have done more damage in the situation. They just got caught off guard, I think. And Evil Genius is exploding out to the bomb site. Everyone pitching in. Get their 5th round. Nice retake. 15th and final round of play here in this first half. EG trying to keep Strife off of double digits. And, I mean, it looks good in terms of their buy-up because Strife only has 3 Galils, a Mac 10, and a Tech 9, but he can make it to B-site for free, but Hex gets the opening frag. Okay, not for free. Should be a bomb plant, and the trade comes through.
I mean, this cave position, so important to be able to retrieve that rifle eventually when they realize that it's clear. That's what they're pushing for now. Snakes is an upgrade. And this is looking like a really good situation for Strife. Smokes go in. Walko's getting a little desperate. The spam hoping to find something. It's not there. EG don't have a second element to this. They're stuck in these choke points. And with the control of B main and cave, Strife know it. So the utility's getting dumped in and just stalling things out. They have to go through the choke points. They know they do. Eris takes 2. Rush, what do you got for us? You got nothing. You got a lineup. You got 2 snake kills. And you got a halftime break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and he's blurring your vision. Place
digits. You know what else is double? 2.
Source 2?
You know what else is 2? Source 2. Double source. This is what we've learned here. You heard it here first, folks. Let's see. If EG can complete the comeback, Source 2 drops tonight. If they don't, we gotta wait till tomorrow.
That seems like a false promise.
I don't make the rules, Gaben does, and he whispers in my ear from the heavens, John. He's the voice in my head. He talks only to me. Only to me! And George talks in bullets. Oh, and he is whispering sweet nothing straight into their ear holes. And they are so very nice. Bomb's going to go down. This does set up the chance to actually make a game in the second half. Joel's still something else to say. He doesn't have much. All into infinite. No kit. Time expiring. Got to get to work. It's going to be hard work. Infinite's going to make this happen.
You tucked. Oh.
Oh, first one. Out of time, though. Out of time. Out of time. Rush repositioning into cave. That's a slick move, by the way, Rush. It's not going to matter, but it is a slick move. And I want him to get his appreciation for that one, because that reposition is nice. And the pistol round, even nicer.
Yeah, now realizing the situation, goes back into cave, which is where Infinite had come from initially, and yeah. Would have been an easy frag should Infinite have even come back to the bomb site, but he couldn't. Didn't have the defuse kit, and time was up. So EG get the all-important pistol round, and now things could get very, very interesting, depending on how the next few go. It is a forest buy for Strife, and they've got one of the most powerful weapons in the game right now, the 5.7s, a couple of them. 2 Deagles, and the FAMAS, so who knows how this one is going to go. Joel's going to play aggressive up mid, at least in terms of the util, but he's backed off into Donut. George looking for some targets as the Molotov burns right before his eyes, but it has faded away, and that will trigger EG to go for this mid control.
It's a big flaw in this buy. Lack of commitment to the 5.7. Only 2. Not enough.
Well, Deagle's still good.
Here's a question for you. You getting Zeus skins in Source 2?
Ooh, I would very much welcome Zeus skins.
What about Diffuse Kit skins?
Yes, but no, because you can't see it. Unless you can see it in Source 2, in which case, well,
you
that's
can see it on their
story.
hips. Yeah, everyone else.
Yeah,
it's like fashion.
Yeah, I suppose. It's kind of like player model skins, right? So,
yeah, it's like having a logo on the back of your shirt.
yeah.
You're never going to see it. Unless you look at in mirrors. But you gotta strut. You gotta flex. I want to have a fanny pack instead of a diffuse kit.
Need some diffuse kit physics.
Oh, Hex getting caught here. Nope. Does the catching himself. And now they should be all right. Pressure on. Stamina's going to try and fight forward in towards cave. Knew he was between a rock and a hard place. And,
done.
Well, now Junior plucks one more. Snappy shooting here. The FAMAS changes hands, but it's not going to matter because the bomb has shifted onto the other side.
So this round is likely over. A little bit of damage done. A lot of bit of damage, actually. Junior and Walco, but no frags. So great work from EG. Shutting things down and picking up a 7th for themselves. But, you know, Mike, we talked about Source 2, and there is one thing that's always bothered me about Counter-Strike, and that's the kits. I was kind of leaning into it a little bit, but the fact that they just kind of sit there and don't have any physics to them when they fall to the ground, I just want to see them, you know, crumple to the ground with some sort of realism. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Joel's gets a couple of nice ones, by the way, while I'm talking about this. Hex and Rush go down. It's not going to mean anything, but yeah, at least making it more expensive.
Cash, as they say, rolls everything around me. Taking a little bit away. Ain't bad in the long term.
Yeah.
Joel's going to try and spread the love, dropping his Deagle over for Infinite to play with. Sticking on to the FAMAS. Admiring his shiny knife. This is a very shiny knife he's got. Very green.
Yes. That is an Emerald Huntsman.
Green stabby stab. Got it. Interesting that Jules is playing in towards mid. I guess it's probably because he has the rifle in this round instead of Eris. Eris is sticking around a little bit, but he had such a good feel for it in the first half. So, Hoping. Much the same. At least if you're a Strife fan, you are. Slow start to this round. EG doesn't want to trip up. I know there's that one Famoose. They would very much like to avoid it.
It's turning out to be a very T-sided affair so far, though. Only 5 rounds secured on the CG side by their team here combined. George gets a couple. Okay, this one could get interesting. Rush comes back and gets 2 more, though, and immediately makes the round. Probably a moot point.
Probably. AKs are nicer than Fallmine, though. So, Joel stays winning. Even when the team stays losing, Joel stays winning.
Joel's
the art of the deal.
Season. Yeah. And Joel's coming into this, the ADR leader for the team at 85.2, and also frag leader at 225.
What else do you hope? What's on your wish list, John, for Source 2?
Better lighting, reflections on skins, like the lighting, the way it.
All right, outside of skins. I'm talking about
like the sapphire skins.
Outside
like
of skins,
and,
John. For the actual game, for the part that matters.
I don't know. I mean, I think hitboxes probably. That's still something that's a bit iffy sometimes, right? Especially when you're shooting at someone from behind. I'd like to see that improved. I think that's the #1 thing for me.
But if they improve it, what will you blame it on when you're standing behind someone?
I'll find a new reason, I guess.
VAR, ping, loss. My monitor flickered. My dog touched the power cord. There was an earthquake.
Let's hope for better chicken AI, I guess. On Inferno, you know?
Better chicken AI.
Yes.
You don't want any chickens blocking doors anymore?
Yes. And just running into walls.
I say, give the chickens M249s.
I wouldn't be against it, you know?
Mess around, find out.
Exactly. I love that crap. You shoot a chicken, it shoots back now.
Yeah, it's like cuckoos in a Legend of Zelda game.
Yes.
Cuckoo. I forget whatever they are. Molotov down. They're going to brave the molly, taking some damage but gaining the space. Rush, gaining death. But a trade does allow them in towards the site. If they've got smokes for the choke points, they have 1 smoke. Oh, okay. They have the Junior shot. I was going to say, this is going to leave some gaps open, but not if Junior closes them. Oh, there's a gap in the smoke. No. Do they know? George is going to play it safe regardless. They know where he's planning, so the nation comes out to chase it. But without that found, at a man disadvantage, blocked out of the site. Strife really want to attempt this. Infinite does. Give a tough ass here. He's into a crossfire. He's dead. And with that, it should trigger the save.
Wow. What a
EG.
dominant start here, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it's still just, this is the first gun round, right? But it's certainly looking good. It's certainly looking like they're storming on into this half.
Look, ancient T-sided. That's what I said.
Everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying it.
It's definitely a more balanced map now. But we'll have to wait and see, because there will be another Bob coming through for Strife. Yes, they had an advantage of, well, not really an advantage, but they were in the round until that bomb got planted and they were on the outside looking in, and there wasn't much they could do to get back forward, and they lost all the fights. Well, they will still have the op, 4 A1Ss to work with, but the lead has just been completely erased at this point. Only 1 round separating Evil Geniuses and Strife from what was a 7-1 lead. EG, once they're down 7-1, that's when the game starts, it seems, Mike.
Yeah. Genuinely, they just want the handicap. They want more
Yeah.
rounds for extra prac. But I mean, this is far from conclusive just yet. Molotov is actually going to force Joel's forward. But again, I'm finding it very interesting that Eris is playing Cave here on this CT side. Just there's something to keep an eye on, something to think about. Food for thought. Hax wants to pressure in towards mid, much the same, but he's going to find a double setup and a potential swing from Donut as well. So for the time being, he sits. Obviously, he doesn't know what route lies just around the corner. But yeah, they're coming in for the clear, and Joel's snappy reflex is a little bit of a double take, but he does get away with it. Now, having taken this space in towards mid, there's a timer on this play. They're moving up the window. Oh, this could be bad. Infinite gets one. Doesn't realize there's a player. Cave, bit over ambitious, but he wanted to get in there quickly, and it's working out. Junior alone. 24 seconds, so we can't even route to A. Even if he slipped back into CT, there's just not time, and he's not got life.
His bullet clipped the box, and stamina doesn't go down. And they pretty much fired simultaneously, and finally, Strife connect for a round 11th pick up. And they don't let EG tie up the scoreline, at least not yet. But EG have built up enough money to get right back into the swing of things here. So, Strife still going to be tested. You have 3 AKs now to reinforce their defense. That certainly helps. 3 players towards the B site, 1 into mid, taking up a little aggressively, throws at Util, but it snakes over in Jaguar, taking down Walco and giving his team the 5v4 edge. Still a lot of time left here for EG to make their move, and a decent chunk of utility as well. Enough for an execute at the very least, but they're going to use a good chunk of it for mid control that they're not really going to push into, at least not yet. Here they come.
Yeah, it allows the peek in, but the question is what do they want to facilitate? The bombs are rotating through spawn, isolated, which is interesting because they have actually given up vision outside of A main. Could get a little frisky. No one's pushing it, fortunately. But why did Junior go around the world? What was this to accomplish? Seems like they're going to shift back in towards an A take. They still got 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, and a flash for this execute, so it's not bad by any measure. Rush in towards mid. That's what they've got going. They haven't found the kills. They haven't found the pressure that they were hoping for. But the A defenders pull in towards Donut. This could work. Get the smokes in towards Donut. You get a Molotov behind it. It could be that Strife just are forced to play into retake. Comes the util. Molotov out from Joel's. He's pressuring, trying to route them behind the box into his crosshair. He's doing a fairly good job of dodging this so far, but that's a big kill from Rush. That puts the doubt in his mind, and he has to swing back to respond. Pulls his crosshair off the angle, sets up Junior for the frag. Nicely played there from EG. The flashbangs back in. Setup stamina are good. Got a crossfire here. If a piece of this goes down, it could be bad still. Hex will go to strike first.
Snakes.
George isn't watching this. He's not watching this, but he doesn't need to be. Because he's going to take both. Takes care of the donut player first, and then chops the head off the snakes.
Wow, what a post-plant defense from EG.Jeorge in particular. You figured, okay, Strife, they've gotten in here. Junior goes down. Stamina's doing a really good job in those duels, but he was assisted by a flashbang there. Thing is, Snakes, he was slithering on through on that flank, but George was a little bit quicker when he turned around. I thought Snakes was going to come through just a moment sooner, and he would have caught up George, maybe even saved his teammate. It was pretty much the round based off of purely timing. And it went EG's way thanks to some very nifty shooting from George. Timeout going to be called here for teams to talk things over. I think this one is on the Strife side. Let me double check. It is not. It is EG calling for the timeout. Okay. We just want to settle things down. Make sure the team doesn't get overexcited. Focus up here for what will be another very important round because Strife still had enough in the bank to get a very decent buy up here.
This is the sweet round, John. This is the spice. that heat. What you've all been waiting for. The only thing you've been waiting for tonight. Trying to Counter-Strike. Smoke in to set at the mid-peak, and Walco. Oh, with the spam through the smoke, rips the head from Stamina's shoulder. Not only does that get them the kill, but knowing that that's the Opper, it confirms there's probably further presence. But here's the response from Strife. They know they have to fight somewhere, so they're going towards mid, and Infinite pulls off 2 big kills. Now, EG have to reroute just to find the bomb even. Walco's going back to collect that, needs to make sure that doesn't get lost. And so this foothold on B is going to have to wait. Still is the second stick away. Maybe this gives an opportunity for Junior. Interesting smoke to limit his vision.
Yeah, kind of like it.
What's the Dota rotate
cave.
in? Just not sure how much it covers off, actually, especially with the rifle close up. I guess it gives you a route into cave.
Yep.
Oh. There they go. There they go. A couple swift kills, but they don't know Infinite's still here. And that's the problem. The bomb needs to be planted 35 seconds. Junior will plant it safe. Jules isn't close enough. He's trying to dodge the spam. But now they're going to play together. They're up against the op. And he'll press forward for this first kill. Can he chamber another round in time? He can indeed, Junior. Up to the test once more. Another clutch comes through as he proves his worth in this team.
Oh my goodness. Junior and George, both of them coming out with ridiculous individual efforts. This time, it's Junior. He hits the first one, and if you're Strife, you really want to make sure that your spacing is very tight in that situation. Not so much that you get Cole at it if you come through at the same time, but enough so that if the first player goes down, you can immediately close the gap on the Opper. But it was a little bit off, and I mean, a little bit is more than enough for Junior to exploit. His movement is perfect after he gets the opening one, gets back to cover to chamber the round, and then pops out to find the final one. So well played, and now it is a tied scoreline, 11-11. Evil Geniuses have climbed all the way back up from a 7-1 deficit at one point to tie this up at 11-11. Only one round picked up by Strife so far here in this second half, and it's not getting any better here as George finds the opener again.
And interestingly, Infinite with the force buy here.
Yeah.
Love the hero rifle on CT side. Puffy to have impact with. They are going to gamble. So they are going to stack. And here it comes. Pressure on. A boost up to try and set up this. But George, he's already taken the space. And with the smoke up, they know the pressure's on. Look at that damage. Oh, those red bars are being a beauty here for Strife. But my goodness. A little bit of cheek, a little bit of spice. They're continuing to do damage. The bomb's rerouting. Knowing who the last player is, but this isn't out of the realm of possibility here for Infinite. He's going to have a 1v1. But he's not looking the right way at the right time. Caught with his pants down. And by hook or by crook, EG are just going to be happy they take the round.
I think he was just waiting to see if the B site was still a possibility for EG, but it absolutely wasn't. They had already rotated off. And like you said, looking the wrong way at the wrong time. 12-11, EG taking the lead. For the first time. It's always happening. You can never count them out of literally any map of Counter-Strike. Even a map that they've only played once in the last 6 months. 4 more rounds and EG's got this. 5 more and Strife will be able to at least salvage their map pick. Maybe. We'll see. EG looking to steal it away from them. Still enough for Strife to get a buy up into this round. 2 A1Ss of FAMAS, not great because Infinite forced up in that previous one. The A4 and the big green in Stamina's hands. Lots of util being exchanged here towards mid, but eventually both teams are just going to kind of fall off of it. Walco waiting for that flashbang to be thrown so he can peek out. He does have a look, and here we go. Strife sending 2 players from Donut right out into mid. They want to get aggressive. Walco, will he win this fight? He's down to 36. Junior down to 19, and Walco's the first casualty here. This is not starting well for the Evil Geniuses, but in the meantime, they have almost taken control of A.
Not so far up. They're trying to put a player in towards tree. They've got the space, and Rush. Rush was a huge kill. It's going to put the doubt in their mind. Jules has to turn around, has to think about this, and Snakes is also routing through to make sure that this is going to be clear. So Rush, he doesn't even stay around. He's just a phantom in their mind, just buying time, delaying it, and then changing up the fight and pulling them into Donut as well. Good read. Molotov, though, they'll go through the smoke. They want to pressure on. Hex has been able to reposition a boost up over. That was ambitious. trades are coming in. Meanwhile, time whittling off the clock. No kits available. No kits are going to be a huge problem. The stick is on, but Junior tracks it through the smoke and stamina. This one's over. He's just got to get away. Wants one more kill to try and secure the exit. He'll do exactly that. Slip away into the night. Does he beat the bomb out? I think he does.
Yes.
No.
Barely.
That bomb radius planted a little too close for comfort. And the op is down in the dirt.
I forgot they buffed the bomb radius on Ancient. Yeah. Oh, no survivors there for Strife. Stamina can't get away with his op. And, I mean, he does take the op out of the hands of EG. The thing is, it was more valuable to save it and not get that frag. Because now you've got pretty much nothing. You've just got the Deagles coming into this one with a couple of players on body armor and a little bit of utility. But EG, 2-round lead. Their run continues here. George just spamming away, pre-firing some angles, and well, not a bad idea considering that Strife is about to peek around here. And what a shot from Stamina to open things up. Can he get a second? No, he goes down, and his teammate Infinite can't really support him. He's let down to 16 HP. Joel's trying to get out with Hex, but now Hex is expecting it. What a shot from Infinite, swinging back to the A site. He gets Junior, and this is a spicy round at the very least. EG should be able to get the bomb plant onto B, but good job by Strife.
Still a ton of chance for this to have impact.
Yes.
Smoke's gonna go skipping so deep. Snake's past it. Oh, Snake's had an opportunity here. Still gonna get a couple more shots, but they're not gonna land. An Infinite down, done and dusted. It's all onto Joel's. He's been spotted. A double take on. Rush wants to finish this, and he will do exactly that. 3 big kills to recover there. Nicely done from the veteran. Well, geniuses. I mean, now they're just a stone's throw away from the finish. A crazy second half out from them. This is looking triumphant.
Yeah, it feels weird that Rush is the top frag to me because, I mean, we're talking a lot about Junior, a lot about George having a lot of impact, and Rush is just sitting here with 24 quietly, I would say, getting to the top of the board. But, you know, taking care of business on those ecos and the anti-ecos. I don't want to take away too much from his performance either. He has got some good frags as well in impactful rounds. 14-11 in favor of EG. This is just, I mean, they're running away with it. It's a 9-1 run now. Yeah. Double op setup comes out for the first time on either side here. Stamina and Infinite going to be running those.
It's spicy. It is spicy.
Yeah.
Problem is, how much are they just going to be able to circumvent? Stamina back corner could be mollied off, could be smoked off. Utility could really take him out of this round. It's this aggressive cave push. Kind of a cage.
Yeah, a little bit.
Isn't life just a cage of our own creation?
Very philosophical, Mike.
Mm-hmm. What would that be? Nietzsche? Somewhere along the way. We should start an ECL book club so we can all discuss the book on air. Junior. Oh my goodness, Junior. Okay, 2 huge kills coming through off the op. They're just swept away to B defense. This bomb's down. It's got to be a save. It has to be a save. There's no world where they can even think about going for this. Strife dismantled, demolished into this round. This,
I mean,
this felt like it was going to be the round that determined the game, and it feels like it is. Money in the pits, desperation for Strife to try and scrape back 4 rounds to make this overtime in a game that they started out 10-5 off the half. Devastating.
Yeah, and it's their map pick. They were hoping this would be a punish pick, and it looked like it in the early goings. But the slow starting Evil Genius squad once more exploding in the latter part of this map. 15-11, 4 opportunities to close it out and head on to their map pick of Inferno. 4 AKs and the up here for EG. They got plenty of money, so no problems on that side. But it's not as pretty for Strife. Oof. I mean, this buy-up is a little bit rough with 3 FAMASs. Still got the 2 A4s, and the utility is good, but 3 FAMASs. That's not what you want your life depending on in a match.
A little bit of Ushimama. Good damage on a George. Joel's burned alive, though.
Jeez.
Not able to get away from that one. Pressure on. Tough to play that position without a smoke available. Bail you out and bailouts. SVB here. Instead, EG up a man. Utility advantage. Gun advantage. Everything working in their favor. Just letting some grains of sand drip out of the hourglass because they know that the pressure is on for Strife. Got the lurk here in the form of George. If he finds this player tree, I mean, there's nothing to stop them. In terms of A, Stamina's on a fact-finding mission. He's gone through the elbow. Here comes the poke. George gets collected, but this might just trigger the take-in towards B, and indeed it does. Utility's starting to sail on in. Snake's looking for damage, but he can't find much. Now with the FAMAS, he's forced further in towards Cave. Walko waits. They're going to get too cheeky. He's going to be here to punish.
Oh, such a good spot for Walko.
Nasty one. And he's going to get one. Could be pinched here by the player coming back from B main. Got a good idea that this is happening, though. And he's got the lineup. He's got the damage. Junior's got a kill in the meantime. Look at these players. 30 HP both. And Junior just wants to hunt.
Oh, man.
Asserts himself. Goes forth with that op. And conquers. Dominates. Slaughters. Whatever it is. He has himself a great ancient. And was the key piece here for Evil Geniuses. Look, we doubted after that first half. I doubted early on. But the classic EG play. Warm up as the game goes on, and then that second half was just ruthless.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And what did I tell you, Mike? That T-Sat on Ancient is not to be underestimated. It's very